Nice.
Yeah, we'll have that to the guys. Please don't step on anybody. And the next one is for, I believe that's for a guest spot on the podcast. On the CNG podcast.
Nice.
No, it's the CNG podcast, though.
Yes, the CNG podcast, not the drunk tank.
The Rooster Teeth podcast.
Lade Newman. Leah.
Newman.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to give this to Joe. They'll get in touch with you guys for a spot there.
Nice.
I think you can pass that down to Joe. And for the magazines here, they'll be giving them out for some of the good questions. So think of something now, guys.
Make them good.
Both of the guys are giving really shit all the way back there. You can't get back there. Yes. You can't get back there.
I have two questions. One for Bernie, one for Gavin.
Yeah.
Bernie, what led you to name the series Red vs. Blue?
That's a good question. I'm usually really shitty with names, and I feel pretty good about like Rooster's a terrible name. But Red vs. Blue, I'm actually really happy with over the years, and it just seemed to fit. You know, it was supposed to be.
That's what happens when you drink straight vodka.
About, so it just seemed to fit.
And Gavin, I wanted to know,
Oh, hell no.
since you were talking about Pete earlier, how did that test come back? Positive or negative?
I think my penis is fine.
Yes?
Although I was peeing back there earlier, and I had to look behind me a couple of times. Because everyone knows that story.
Don't worry, I'm sure this drink will burn off anything that would infect you.
So, first of all, welcome to Toronto.
Hey!
So, my question is, where did Agent Washington get that twisty straw in the fruit?
That's standard issue.
Of course.
Once you have a helmet, yeah, that's who came up with that? The twisty straw.
Yeah, well, what's funny about it was we were kind of sharing that scene with a couple different companies, and so we did live action reference for it. And so the live action reference, we had Carrie with the helmet, and he was sipping on a drink with a straw, and then he had like a banana in his hand and all that kind of stuff. So the company that was helping us out with the animation actually took it literal. So everything we got back, we had all these different like food forms in his hand, and we're like, oh my god! But one of our animators said, "Twisty straw. We gotta do the twisty straw."
You gotta have the twisty straw. That's all about the straw.
Yeah, so that was at our house. Bruce your teeth.
Emergency induction port. Seriously,
Hi,
no one
guys.
played Mass Effect?
I have a couple questions here. One is for Gavin. I'd like to know what he thought of the mini stick hockey tournament today, given this is probably one of his first time seeing this kind of thing.
That was incredible. Sometimes, this is going to sound really creepy, sometimes when I'm watching a sport, I might get bored watching it, and then I picture everyone naked, right? That would have been the worst sport ever. Everyone's like palming each other's ass and stuff. It's terrible. Who was the dude who went head first through the side? That was you. That was incredible. It's like you had so much momentum that at the time of collision you were exactly horizontal, just sliding through on your face. It's amazing. You missed out on that.
It was incredible.
And my second question is, besides something Gavin has said or done, what's the dumbest thing that you heard someone say or do at any time?
I'm still processing that he pictures sporting events naked. Does anybody else do that ever? Yeah.
Not the kind that he does.
Please, never ever watch MMA. Ever. What's the dumbest thing ever said at the company? God, I can't. I'll need some time, sir. What?
Freaking cinnamon.
Yeah.
Eat the goddamn cinnamon, and Michael almost like dying, choking on cinnamon.
You know my favorite part of that video is that when he goes to put the entire ladle of cinnamon in his mouth, somebody's hand comes in and takes his drink. That is so inspired.
I come in and I said, you realize I just Googled this and you could die. Like, I'm all like the mother going, what the hell are you guys doing down here?
Somebody's got to look out.
Michael can't die. We're not that lucky.
Michael doesn't die. He's
Goal
just
for
missing an
Immersion
action.
Season 2 to have one of them die or both of them die.
That is, yeah, hopefully by the end of the season, one of them will be dead. I don't know. I mean, the stupidest thing I've ever heard, I mean, there's been so many dumb things said. Chris with the almonds was... Because I just gave him every opportunity. Like, I could, show it on the podcast, but I was literally taking the can and going, you like these? You like walnuts? And he's like, they're delicious.
I don't know if you guys saw 4th of July for us. We were working, and one of the animators, Dustin, he was the one that got us introduced into skateboarding again. So he decided he was going to go over the firework as it's lit, and he did it with the American flag, which I was like, dude.
We did an Archie Life based on that.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah, you guys saw it. It was pretty funny.
America!
Yeah.
Canada!
I feel like as you go, Canada, fuck yeah, sorry about the swearing.
Thanks a lot.
Right.
Just so you know, our animators asked Kathleen, or no, you asked them if they wanted anything coming back from Canada, and one of them wanted a video of her bumping into someone and them saying sorry.
So I need some help with that. Y'all have to help me because I'm going to put it on my phone later. So help me out with that. 1,000 people saying, or 100 people going, sorry.
You could have gotten that for free.
One of the animators, they said, I said, what do you guys want me to bring me back from Canada? And he goes, healthcare.
Whoever thinks they can answer. All right, and it is, what does Rooster Teeth do? You make videos on the internet and you make money. Question mark.
That's the answer. We make videos for the internet and they make money.
You're wizards.
Sir, I don't know.
We entertain the world.
I will say it does take me about 45 minutes at every dinner party to explain what I do for a living. It doesn't make any sense at all. My next job I have to do like be a fireman or construction worker or something. Makes perfect sense.
Okay, so I've been watching Rooster Teeth for many years now, and I just wanted to know, what would be some of the requirements you would need to do to possibly get a job at Rooster Teeth?
Well, Barbara and Gavin got a job at Rooster Teeth. Maybe we should ask them.
There are no requirements.
Join the website when you're 15 years old, and then become the most watched user online.
Have boobs!
Have boobs.
I'm almost there!
And then be a member for 8 years. Good luck. And frown. First, Rooster Teeth, the animated adventure I made, I'm frowning. And that's purpose.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all. I would just say make some content that can be seen by everyone, so you have something. Just like if you're talented at something, then do that and put it on the internet, so you can say, hey, look at this, and people might notice it, and those people might be people from the internet, and then they'll pay you to fly to their country and work on it.
I'm halfway there!
Hello.
So, I have a question for you, Bernie. You write a lot of really strong female characters.
Okay.
Which is not necessarily expected for this genre. But you also happen to write a lot of really strong female characters who ultimately fail in their endeavors. Is there any particular reason in that?
Well, first of all, I want to address the first part. I don't think that our female characters are so strong. It's that our male characters are so fucking weak.
So what you're saying is they could be like mildly mediocre and they'd still be better than all the male characters?
I think, have we gotten to that line in this season? I don't know. Has it come out yet about where Church addresses the fact that all the women he knows are mean? Yeah. So that was a little bit of the character channeling me a little bit. It's like I'm inspired by all the strong women.
I think you can say the word. It begins with B and ends in itch.
No.
There's nothing you can say that's going to be good.
Tread lightly, dude. If you really like just looking through it, it's really interesting because you do see all these women who are really strong. You see Tex, who's the one that kicks everyone's ass. You see Carolina, who's coming out as a strong character. But you all look at them and they're very successful and they're very talented. But ultimately, there seems to be some kind of physical glass wall holding them back.
Well, Carolina is in the middle of her conflict, in the middle of her struggle. So
looks like she's about to implode.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of know where she ends up because it's a prequel, but I think the journey of getting there will be very interesting to you.
Yeah, I mean, even Sheila. Everybody loves Sheila, but ultimately she ends up kind of as this damaged little robot when they come back to her after the quote-unquote.
Yeah, well, we don't have that many hero characters. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint somebody who's wildly successful. But in particular, Tex as a hero character is, she and it's kind of a tragedy the way she ultimately always fails because, she's kind of trapped in this cycle she's put there by the director. But that's why Carolina, we have a strong female lead for Carolina as well to kind of balance that out. Yeah.
Lindsay is the strongest female character.
The question of what Rooster Teeth does is extremely legitimate because every time I explain who Steven is, I have to explain to people what Rooster Teeth does. I have to explain, every time I explain who my boyfriend is, I say, hi, I met him on the internet. That's awkward and embarrassing. And then they go, so what is red versus blues? It's a legitimate concern.
It's tough. No, it's tough. Even in my family world, trying to explain when I first started to my mom, to my parents, right? And they it's like, hey, Mom, it's a video game. My father would play video games. But it wasn't until they went to PAX and sat in the front row of 2,000 people and somebody asked the question, hey, what was the highlight of your life? And we went down through the line of everybody, and I said, my son, having my son. And then Dan, who plays Donut, it was his turn, he goes, having Kathleen's son.
Admittedly, you guys having Elijah Wood do the voice, I can explain to my friends now. It's like they work with Elijah Wood, and they go, oh, wow, they're really awesome.
The one-line answer is, especially what is red versus blue, is just tell people, it's a show about drunk robots in space. That's what I
do. I'd like to start this off with, where's the midget microphone?
Fucking oath.
Fucking oath, I love you, Kat. Alright, also, thank you to the RVBTO organizers. I'm totally stealing this microphone in the crowd idea for RT Oz.
Yeah.
It's awesome, it's a great idea, it's genius. But my question is, Bernie, did you say there's 38 people working for Rooster Teeth now?
Yeah, about that, 38.
38?
Yep.
So do all of them know what's happening in RVB in the storyline? Or is it just you?
Nope. Well, not everybody works on RVB.
Yeah, there's Achievement Hunter. So the Achievement Hunter guys, they wouldn't really know what's going on until the episode comes out, just like us.
Yeah, no, and then, so there's even honestly, there's even some voice actors where we have to sit down and give them the primer because they're not going to do 14 hours of, watching all the episodes that are out. So we sit down and give them a primer, but I would say probably not as well as the audience knows it.
Yeah. Even the animators, I give them their assignments per episode. So, they have to know for continuity.
Yeah.
But, it's...
see, I understand with the animators, they would know a fair amount of what's going on. But I was wondering about, who in the office actually knows. If someone asked them what's going on, do they even know to answer the question?
They'd be shot if they told you.
Yeah.
I would need to know.
I would say that most of the people you think of as Rooster Teeth definitely know the series backwards and forwards.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that just don't have as high visibility, where they do different things.
Okay.
For instance, Teresa, our cleaning lady, she probably doesn't know anything. She just knows Joel's desk is very messy.
Yeah. What about Kara? How much does Kara know?
Kara? You mean Dave?
Just so you know, I used to call her Kara, and she wouldn't answer me. It's Kara.
I called her Kara when I met her, and she knows exactly what.
Because you're a guy.